Hey y'all, welcome to Steph's Design Space. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you. Today we are going to play with fabric. Yes, we are. I have some ideas, and then last night as I was trying to, actually I did fall asleep rather easy, but then I woke up at 1 o'clock and my brain was just like, oh, and you could do this, and then I thought of different ideas for charms and all kinds of things. So my brain was not gonna let me go back to sleep for a couple hours. Sorry, I have to take a drink. I'm figuring out that I need to keep my throat lubricated, moist, to prevent so much coughing. But anyway, today I wanted to take fabric that I have and we're gonna stamp on it. So I've already done like 2 pieces. I wanted to see how it would look. And then it was the Monday night that I was playing around with this, and I already had some cards out. So I stamped on a piece of fabric and then just glued it onto a plain card. Can y'all see how gorgeous that is? Like, I love the frayed edges. I inked it up and I stamped it and it looked really good. And then I backed it so it can be a journal card. Excuse me. So I just pulled a few different, I have a bunch of fabric, but I wanted to pull where I knew whatever I stamped would show up. So I did pull some of this. Now it is pretty by itself, but it's not, I feel like we could do so much more with this, right? And I have an idea I want to try for this fabric. So I'm going to save that for that particular idea. This fabric, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show y'all if it's going to pick it up, but it does have, like, it's white. And it does have, like, white, like, little leaves and vines in it. So it's pretty, I'm not going to say boring. Boring is not the word. It's nondescript, right? So that is what I stamped this on. And I thought, you know what, this would be awesome to stamp some stuff on. And I have a bunch of this fabric, so I'm like, why not? So we're going to do various different things with that. I did, like, cut down strips. Not cut down, but tore. And then I pulled, oh, look what I did. I played around with fire. Yeah, it really does catch on fire, by the way. But I did, I was like, oh, all these edges are frayed. Let me see if I can just burn them like I do other things. And it really did just catch on fire. So, and it really stank. I would not recommend. I mean, it gives it a very cool look, but something you definitely have to pay attention to. And then this is the lining of a dress, I think. So it is just your basic white cotton, which is perfect for stamping. So I pulled, oh, there's another piece. I pulled just a handful of this out of my stash. So I don't know what sizes or what have you, but it is the lining of a dress that I bought that had lace. So it was like lace, and then this was underneath it at Goodwill. So use all the pieces. Okay, let's see what we have. I already have this one, so I just stamped it with some script, a script stamp. Now I can leave it like this, right? And this would look very cool, like on a spine of a journal. I just have this as an example for y'all to see. Okay, like if you wanted to do the spine and then do some other stuff here, or it could just be a section. You could tear it and do patchwork, so many things, right? So that is that. This is just an Amazon package that I painted white for use. We have this. Let's pull out some various different pieces. And I will say, though, that the fraying gets on my nerves. I know that there is, like, no fray and stuff like that that I could put on it. But because when you tear some certain things, it frays more than others. But we're just going to trim it off and not obsess over it. Oh, and there's another thing I wanted to try. I'm actually going to try that first. So we can see if it works. I don't know if it works. It's one of the things that my brain was like, ooh, try that. So, and that is rub-on. I have a ton, a ridiculous amount, a whole drawer full of beautiful rub-ons. And I want to know if you can do rub-ons on fabric. So let's find out together if that is a possibility. Who's with me? You want to try it? Okay, so what are we gonna do? Oh, that would be pretty, like right up at the top. Yeah, let's try that. I just put my scissors away. Let me get some smaller ones. How is everybody today? I'm actually filming this on Wednesday, so, you know, I'm filming and then it will go out. We actually had another cold freeze. Like, it is, I want to say 36 here right now, which I know that's not freezing, but it will be tonight. Tonight it is supposed to get down to like 27. Okay, let's see if that works first, and then if it does, then we'll kind of add more to it, right? Where is my bone folder? I like the wooden one for these because it has, anyway, I just like it. Okay, now the key is to hold it. And this is not from Dollar Tree. I want to say a friend sent this to me, so I'm not 100% sure where these are from. I just know they're not Dollar Tree because it didn't say like Crafter Square at the top. But I have, if this works, which I don't know why it wouldn't. We're not going to be washing or, you know what I'm saying, reusing this material. Like, we're going to glue it down onto paper of some sort, whether it be a cover or for a cluster or on a tag or whatever. But we're just going to be gluing it down. Okay, now I'm going to slowly peel it because then I can see if there's still some. Okay, that is not quite on the material. There we go. If you slowly do it, then you can kind of see where you may need to go back over it to get it really stuck down on the material. So, but yeah, so it's cold here for us. I feel kind of ridiculous saying that, considering that my best friend literally has a ginormous snowbank around her house. But I mean, that's Canada, right? Like, that is just the norm for them. This is not a norm for us. We had our 1 week and now we're having another one. Okay, there you have it. So I'm going to kind of just smush it with my finger, make sure it's down. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at that. And it works. Like, it is really on the material. Like, I'm rubbing my hand over it, like I'm being rough, so I can see if it peels up or if it moves, and it's not. Whoop, whoop, look at that. Okay. So I kind of want to put something here, and then I can tear it or cut it, and it just be a square, right? Like, I don't think it needs to be this whole strip. So I really want this little piece smack dab in the middle, of course, right? Like, isn't that just how it goes? What you want is never easy to obtain, but oh, it's so worth it, so they say. There we go. It says, my darling, all I want is to be your moon and show you all the little stars of my heart. How cute. But I thought that would look good, like, right there. Right? Let me scooch it over just a hair so the flower's not on the edge. There we go. Oh, wow. That's going to look great. So let's do that one. And these are going to be really good to use. Where is the sleeve? Did I have? No, I just took it out of the sleeve because it was quite a bit in there. I need to put this somewhere safe. Okay. I say that like, like my desk is safe. That's a funny thing. All right, took another drink. No. Don't go under. Me, because this is more concentrated, so I'm going to use the tip. Now, this one did come with the little popsicle sticks. I just prefer to use my bone folder. One, it prevents me having all kinds of stuff just out. And two, I like that if it's a big space, I can use this and just go across, or if I need that, like it's just, excuse me, shaped differently, which I think it makes it nicer to use for rub-ons. That is a personal choice. Okay, let's see if I peel. Nope, that is not. See, it's more than the words. This has like a background. The words are on a background. So, like, how ridiculous does that sound? I am really just pushing super hard trying to... Yeah, it does not want to let go right there. Here, let me do this. There we go. See, different side, apparently. And, you know, pressure can be different and more evenly distributed, I guess. So this one is a tad more time-consuming, difficult. I don't know what you want to call it. It's not too bad now. I think it was just that very... Uh-oh. I saw some of the black come back up, so... That's why I don't rip mine off fast. I kind of do it slow. Because sometimes it's those little... the little pieces that you don't get. The little bits... But it makes a difference in how it looks, so there we go. Now that is beautiful. That is really nice. That is going to make a great whatever I choose to use it on. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and we're going to tear it. And now I can tear off more if I want to, but it really depends on what I use this for. I may want this to be able to use it as a flip out or something like that. So I'm just going to leave that extra bit there until I know what I'm using it for. So we have that one. Now we know rub-ons work, but they are a little more time consuming, right? So, but it does open up more possibilities for me, because goodness knows I have a drawer full of rub-ons. Okay, so we have these strips. Let's do this burnt one. What are we going to do? I have oh, we can do it sideways, and I can put this on there. So let's do that. All right. I used black. I want to use like my timber brown, the stays on, and see, especially since this has the burnt edges. But if you have material or fabric or whatever you call it that, and you have a lot of it and you're like, God, I have so much of this particular fabric, I'm never going to use all of this kind on journals. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll get bored of it. This is a way to liven it up, to make it something different. Do I want it right in the middle? Let me see this. Because if I'm, like, if I would, oh my gosh, I cannot speak. If I were to do, like, a little patchwork look, yeah, that's perfect. I'll put it in the middle. I just have that as a guide for myself. Because then I have extra on the top, bottom, and the sides if I need to fold it, cut it, whatever. Where is my hockey puck with a handle? If you didn't watch my live on Monday, you won't get this. I was calling this a hockey puck. It's not a hockey puck. And I know that, but my brain just decides it wants to call it stuff because, you know, that's just how I roll. And my friend Lorie, who's Canadian, so hockey is their life. See, that didn't show up that well. It's subtle. I mean, I can see it. Let me put it here. It's subtle. Now I know I don't really want to use the brown. I would rather use the black. And especially on this one, right? It didn't show up well enough. So I'm not saying I'm going to be able to match it perfectly, and it may have some whatever, but I'm okay with that. Because this is me just showing you how to work things out and work things through. And it's okay if you make a mistake, right? You can use this, you can still use this in your stuff. Oh, we're going with right there. We'll see how much shadowing there is. Oh, not too bad. Just a hair, not enough to even be upset by. But the black definitely shows up better on this particular material. So I like it. I like it a lot. This would look really good if I were to do like a patchwork. You know, this could go right at the bottom. And this would fold under, and then something would go. Anyway, whatever. You get the drift. And if you don't, I will be doing a video on this. But yeah. So that looks good. We got that one. And let me put that back. Oh, you know what? Let me get out a baby wipe. Just clean these up when I use them. Alright, so this I'm going to just put back because I am trying really hard to not make my space this big to work on, because we know that is going to happen. Okay, I want to use some words. I want word ones, like little sentiments. Oh, that is so weird. Little sentiments. So I am going to do that. Hold on just a second. Okay, I am back. So I had a phone call from a dairy friend. No, a very dear friend of mine. You know how you just have those friends that you text or you know, voice message or whatever, but you never really call, right? Because it's 2025, who actually talks on the phone anymore. But when they do call, you're like, oh, I better take this because it has something super important. And it was. So I'm glad that I stopped my video to answer that phone call. I don't like leaving my friends because, you know, you just never know. Okay, so I said I wanted to do some, like, words, some scripts to have to put down because I think those are super fun. I actually think I'm going to add one to this journal. So I'm working on this journal with Patreon. But how fun would it be to have like a word up here on that? So what word would I do? Notebook, voyage, nature notes. Because it doesn't have to be accurate, right? It's just adventure, journal. Let's just do journal. Okay, so we're gonna do journal for sure. Oh my gosh, I just hit the camera. Sorry guys, hit the camera. Didn't mean to. Y'all zoomed in enough. I restarted and I don't think I zoomed y'all in. So y'all can see what I am doing. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna do journal. Now I have this graphite. I want to say it's not black, but it's dark. So let's see if I like the way this looks. Yes, I do. So we have journal. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is just do a few, because I'm going to use it for more than just this one, right? So we'll just have this strip that says journal, and then I can use them, and I won't have to worry about, it's like, oh man, you know, I wished I had more. So then, and it's easy to store, right? I just tear it as I need it. Perfect. So we'll have that one that says journal. And let's see, what other vintage? Let's do some vintage. Do some vintage. What other word do I want? Adventure. I do like antique. I love that word. It's one of my favorite words. Antique. And what else? Notes. Just little simple words, right? So we can just do, do some of those, and then we have these at our beck and call. All right, we're gonna do like a couple that say notes. So we have a notes. I'm sure I don't need that trash in there. Let's do 2 notes. We'll just do 2 of each. All right, notes. Adventure. Oh, let me wipe that off because that would be on the material. Adventure. We'll do a vintage and an antique. So, is this something y'all want to do? Is this something y'all have done? Right? I mean, this isn't a new idea. I'm not claiming for it to be my idea. It's just something I've been wanting to do. Okay, so that one we have. Perfect. What else? Oh yeah, I have this big one I wanted to do something with. All right, I'm gonna put those back. And let's go ahead and put these up. Otherwise, I will have these little bitty stamps all over the place. And I have lost some, and it's been a very sad day. And we don't want sad days. So the best thing to do is just pick up after yourself to avoid sad days. And I just put them in these little sleeves I got off of Amazon for stamps and dies and stuff. They are good quality, heavy duty, and it keeps them in there. Okay, where is the big strip? Aha, this is one I want to see, and it may not. You know how I get things? I say I because I'm sure none of y'all have this happen to you. I get something stuck in my head. But when I execute it, it definitely does, it does not look as grand as it did in my head. So, that being said, I have this ginormous stamp, and it is all one piece, and I'm okay with that. Because it's meant to like just go all together, right? So I thought that I could stamp, like just put this whole thing down. This is big enough to be a cover. So for one of these Amazon notebooks. So that's the Amazon notebook. This is like where it would go. But I'm going to do all the way to the ends because when I fold it, I want it to, you know, look right. So that is what I am going to do with this one. So I will end up putting it down into the edge and just keep going over, and then, or should I do, I'm thinking I should do middle, right? And then I can take this section and re-stamp the bottom, and then the bottom section so it looks like it's a continuation. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. I am gonna get my book page things out and just kind of hold this down so it doesn't move. It doesn't move on its own, but you know when you're crafting and you tend to like move things, if that makes sense. All right, let me make sure that that is not gonna be in the way, so this does need to move up a hair. So then I will be able to lay this down because I don't have a block this big, so we're just gonna have to use it on the plastic, and that's okay. All right, I am going to do black because I know that shows up the best. I guess I could have played around with some color, but so this is just another way that you can create your own vintage looking, vintage inspired fabric, right? Because not everybody has the ability to just run to a fabric store and pick out that kind of stuff. So if you get a stamp that is vintage to your liking, you can always try to just create what you would love to have. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is going to work or not, because like I said, in my head, looks great. But what it looks like in reality, well, I guess we're going to find out. So I'm just making sure I go over, especially in the center, because sometimes, you know, those things don't get pressed down as much. That's why I do like my hockey puck with a handle. And then we're going to take it straight up. That looks amazing. So I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of do like a little as close as I can so it looks seamless. I'm not sure how well that's going to work or if I'm going to be able to actually do that, but nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? And what do I say? Nothing that a piece of lace or ribbon can't fix. I'm going to just do a quick swipe. Yes, I am playing dangerously by doing it on top of the material, because if I accidentally drop this, that's all she wrote. Like, it's just going to be what it is. Okay, making sure it is face up. And there it goes. And then we're just smushing it down. And you can see the blue flowers behind it, right? So it does have like a little blue tinge to it. Obviously, you can use plain white if you wanted to. I just wanted to see what this would look like as a whole.
Hey, Bandit.
Sorry, pardon my husband as he comes in through the front door. All right, so I'm going to move those. I'm going to lift this straight up. Okay, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. You can see there's just a little overlap there, but I'm not worried about that. Okay, I do want to tear this to go under, right? Because the majority of this is not going to be stamped. So we're going to stamp right about there. So, ink. Did I really put the ink up? No, it's right here. I was like, dang. Okay, I'm all for picking up after myself, but can I wait until I'm done? Can you? Can you just wait? Okay, I am pretty positive that this swipe is enough. We will see. Yep, not too bad. So it's like just a continuous thing. So now I need to just ink the top and go down. So I'm trying to scoot this up. All right, let me move y'all over there. Put y'all back because y'all are just going to be in the way. And it's hitting something back there. Okay. And I said the top, yeah, because I want it to look like it's rolling, right? Right. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So we just need a swipe across the top. And really, I could have done way less, but so we have that. I'm gonna try something. Okay, so I have this at the bottom, but I don't want all that ink because I will end up getting it on my hands or my forearm or somewhere and messing it all kinds of up. So let's do that. But then I also want to do this. I'm only using this to hold it down. So I want to make sure that I'm just getting that part. All right, now ink. But I'm going to go up a hair, right? But it's not going to overlap on the actual things. So, because it's going to go on that and the material and then on that. So it's going to, I feel like maybe have a more seamless look. Oh yeah, I definitely like that much better. Okay, so now I just need to do this little corner right there. Okay, and there we have it. That looks better. I like that. Okay, so that is what we're going to do across the top. Oh my gosh. See, this is so dangerous. Literally just fell on my leg and now I have ink pad on my leg. Oh well. Oh well, it is not important. Okay, that piece of trash just following me everywhere. Okay, so we have the top and then we are gonna put this right there. Okay, and now we're gonna ink the bottom. Just a swipe. And put that like that. Maybe that is how it was intended. Good gravy. See what happens? Okay, this is in the way. There we go. And action. Oh, nice. That is nice. Okay. So, yeah, it could have went down a little bit, but again, this is going to get folded, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. Let's just do this. And a swipe. At least I figured out how to keep the ink off of me, right? All right. Nice. And then we can, oh, put this, oh, come on. So I was trying to avoid that part, but, oh well. Okay. What was that? The 25. So I will just do this little piece right here. And that is all she wrote. All right, now this I'm just going to toss because it has ink and it's shiny paper, so it takes forever for it to dry. And goodness knows I have enough trash magazines to use. Let's clean this up and then we'll do a voila. I just don't want ink on anything it shouldn't be on. And I'm accident prone, right? Because if I'm going to drop it or mess it up, it will happen. Now I will take this and wash it in the sink to get in between all the places, but this keeps it somewhat clean until I am able to do that. Because I have like a little nail brush that I use to clean my stamps and my stencils and stuff like that, because it's soft and it gets into all the places. So, but for now it can go back in here because it is somewhat clean, and then I will set it aside to get washed. Okay, setting it aside, making sure, oh, this goes with it. Let me put that right there. Okay. Making sure this is all in my hands, because I will pick that up with ink on my hands. And that's not good. Okay. So here we have it. Here is the whole piece. And let's go ahead and see what it would look like if I were to like use it as a cover. Right? And I can move this around a little bit or whatever, because I have plenty of stuff to fold. But just generally, like, look at that. I made my own vintage looking but you can still see the blue. So you can still see the blue flowers and stuff through it. So, yeah. Looks amazing, and I can't wait to use this as a cover. Then you can add other stuff to it. Right? You can do whatever you want. And that's what I love about this craft, this hobby, this way of life. All right, so this is a very good way to use the stuff that you have. All right, now let's look at this lining. I'm going to tear that piece off. And this is where it was stitched, so I'm just gonna tear it right there because I don't want that to be like in the middle of anything, and it's actually still kind of stitched together. And if it doesn't tear, it is okay to cut. Like, don't get hung up on, oh, mine doesn't tear. It doesn't matter. Some do, some don't. All right, now we have these little pieces of just plain white. See, I don't like that. It's just too bunchy for me. Some people may love it, and that is okay. We're all different. You like what you like, and you don't like what you don't like, and that is all perfectly okay. All right, there we go. And, I mean, that's a lot of fraying, but I will fix that. Let's see, will this catch on fire? I have no doubt, but let's let's start a fire on camera. So y'all can see what I'm talking about. First of all, I am going to trim off a lot of the excess because, you know, the fire travels up. Okay. Ow. So that is how that happens, right? Now, if you do it fast enough, but I'm not sure that it's getting all of the edges. But anyway, that's what that would do if I decide to go that route. All right, and I've already done, you know, but if you like that burnt look, this will definitely give it to you. Just absolutely something you have to be careful doing. Reminds me of the time I almost burned down my great-grandmother's little trailer. I spent the night with her as a kid, and this is before flame retardant pajamas. And it was cold, so I held my very flammable silky pajamas up in front of her little space heater, except it actually had a real fire in it, because that's just the way it was back then. And yeah, those suckers caught on fire so fast. But my great-grandmother was still very agile and able to put the fire out. And then I had to sleep in her old granny nightie because I burned up my pajamas. But you know, I can laugh about it now. At the time, it was just like, oh my God, it was the most devastating ever, right? That I had to sleep in my great-grandmother's old lady pajamas and not my cute pajamas. But great memories we make. Okay, so I have some of these stamps that I wanted to use. So let's do that. Let's try color, right? Let's do Age Mahogany. Because why not? We're here to try new things and to learn. Do I want this on there? Oh, because then I can do this at the bottom. Okay, let's do that, because it's a large piece. All right, Aged Mahogany. Now this is one that's kind of flat with some grooves. So I want to make sure I really get in those grooves of the rose. Otherwise, you're not going to see the detail. So that's why I do it upside down so I can see. I'm just really taking that corner and smushing it into the rose. All right. So very vintage hat, super cute. Now, I was taught and I have learned not to rock your stamp. If you rock your stamp and you rock it too much, you're lifting it up, and when it goes back down, it may not land in the right place. So therefore, you will have that shadowing. So I don't rock it. I just smush it, and voila. It worked out great. I can see the detail, so that is really good. And then we will put this right underneath it. It just says, Queen for a Day. I just thought it was very fitting. These can be used on top of cards, tags. It can be used in a cluster. It can be used in any kind of way. And so I guess I will do another video. Or y'all can just watch my videos and watch me use them throughout, right? Now, another thing that you can do, and I'll do it on this one, is I know I have an aged mahogany. Oh, where's my aged mahogany one? There it is. The inks that I use the most have their own little whatchamacallit. So you can take and just ink up the edges, the frayed part, right? So I'm just going to leave that. So it matches, you know, the stamp that you put down. And aged mahogany looks great in red, or it looks great in anything, but if you're doing a journal that has red or pinks, aged mahogany looks really good in those. Like that's what I use when I did my Valentine's stuff, is aged mahogany. And there we have it. So let's just put it like on a white background and a cover, and you can see how it really pops. And it looks really good. So that would look great on a journal card. Just by itself. You have the frayed edges. I would do like maybe a different background color, like a brown or coffee dyed, and then put that on top of it. It would look amazing. So we have that one. Where's all the stuff that I've done? I moved it and I don't know where I moved it to. Oh, there's the pile. Okay, so I have that one, and this is just lace. So let's do a blue. I'm just getting creative with my colors now. Where is Peacock Feathers? I love that color. All right, and we are going to stamp it down and just smush. Don't rock, don't wiggle. And there we have some blue peacock lace. So I have that. And let's do it like this. Now I could iron that to make it like flat, but we're not. All right, let's do this. All right. And then I'm going to do like that. And then we're going to wipe this down. And then the most exciting part, we're going to clean it. But it is very important to clean your stamps. Otherwise, when it dries, it gets caked up in there and then it's forever hard to get out. Let's do a word. Let's see. What word do I want to do? Faith, grace, balance, wish, breathe. I do love breathe. I have to remind myself, you know what? It's not that serious. Just breathe. Where is breathe? I want to make sure it's going to fit okay. And yep, it does. So we're going to do that. And I think I'm going to use the graphite. I don't want it super like dark and in your face. I want it to kind of go with the peacock feathers. And then we're just going to put that in the middle. That little part didn't fit right on the thing, but I smushed it with my finger. And there we have it. A really beautiful little sentiment with lace around it. And that, you know, all of this obviously is going to be used in journals. So I'm just trying to show y'all like different techniques and different ways that you can do stuff. All the ink went to that one. So let me put this one back. And let's pick a bigger white piece. Get those in there. Here we go. All right, let's just trim this up a bit. I'm gonna tear along that little fold line. That way I don't have to worry about ironing to make it flat. And then those can be used as strips for something else. Oh, come on, tear. Really? It's like you're on camera. We're not gonna do right. There we go. Okay, so we have a larger piece. Now sometimes I have to think, do I want it to make sure that it goes vertical or horizontal? So I've used that, so I'm not going to use that one again. I do have this little piece that I can use, and I have this one that I thought would be fun. That would be a nice square piece. I use those, so that's good. And then I have this. So I want to try something. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Okay. Let's get this out. And again, you can make this as big or as small as you want, because you can use just a corner if that's what you wanted to do. I'm going to use the whole piece because I do want to try something, because I mean, that's what we're here for. Is to try new things. All right, let me get the black. So I rub it and then I also smush it, right? Because sometimes smushing it gets in the little creases. Stephanie Ann, you need to stop throwing your ink around your table. Put it back where it belongs. Yes, that is my middle name. And yes, I just called myself out. Okay, making sure that the... Oh, let me get this off. Okay. And go. I don't know if I got the middle good. Let's make sure. And then we take it off. Beautiful. Okay, so this can go back. And so I know what the stamp looks like. I stamped on paper before I put it in the little case. Because that helps me just immediately see what it would look like. Now, what I wanted to do is take this butterfly. I already have one. And where is my Uncharted Mariner? Actually, I think I'm going to use 3 different blues. We're going to do just a butterfly, and a butterfly somewhere. But we're going to do 3 different blues. Very good. And we're going to smush it. So now that adds a pop of color. Let me wipe that off. Let's do Faded Jeans. I will use this one in my Denim Pearl and Lace journal. Okay, let's do right here. Now I'm rocking my hand to do pressure, but I'm not rocking the stamp itself, right? So I'm putting pressure backwards and then pressure forward, but I'm not rocking the stamp. Oh, that's nice. And we will do Prized Ribbon, like right here. Okay, so we have that. And then I want to, we'll just do prized ribbon again, but I want to, oh good, here's a piece already folded. I just want to do like half, right? So, like it's just half of a butterfly just kind of going off like that, see? And then I can do the other half like over here. And I think I did the wrong half, but that's okay. We get the general idea. Now, oh, still wrong. Goes on that side. Now let's just do it like this. Got myself all confused, but it's still gonna look amazing, right? So there we have it. And I will use that in the Denim Pearl and Lace journal. I don't know how yet, but I will figure it out. Because there's nothing wrong with tearing this and using bits and pieces. I think sometimes we get hung up on looking at something as a whole, and it is beautiful as a whole. But if I tore it like down the middle, I'm going to have a little bit of butterfly here and there. But then this would make a great pocket, right? So I could cover a pocket with the strip, and this could also be another pocket and another page. So if I tore it down, let's just do it together, right? Let's just tear it down the middle and see what it looks like. Right there is good enough. And I would glue this onto a piece of cardstock so it has like heft, right, if it's going to be a pocket. And if I glue it down, it will be taut and it won't have the wrinkles in it. And then once I glued it down, I would take the ink and I would do along the edges so it would be nice. And I'm going to tear that also because that's just excess, but I'm going to wait until it's actually down on a pocket and then I can trim accordingly. But yeah, so don't be afraid to create something and then tear it in half or into pieces or into strips and use it that way. All right, guys, I mean, I could go on and on stamping fabric and altering fabric. Now we know rub-ons work on fabric and stamps work beautifully on fabric. So if you have some fabric that you're like, God, I have so much of this, dress it up, change it up, use your stamps, use your rub-ons, and turn it into something different. It's another great way to use your stash. And if you have taken clothes apart and you have like, you know, the white lining of things, perfect. Perfect way to use it. So let's see what all we have accomplished today besides making a ginormous mess. I have a lot of pieces that I haven't stamped. I will probably do it after the video. I'll just sit here and stamp some stuff because, well, it makes me happy. And I already have all the stuff out. Like I didn't get to use this one, but I want to, so I will probably get a piece of fabric, maybe like that, and stamp it. So yeah, but let's look at what we have done today. That one we didn't do anything with. We have, I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna tear this off. Right there. Okay, so we have that, and then that's just an extra piece. This is a whole cover, but I'm just gonna fold it like that, except we'll do it right side up. Okay, and then we've done this strip that we can tear into pieces. This one. I have words. And this is the one that has the whatchamacallit on it. There we have it. That is a lot. That is a lot of fabric that I have altered to make it look beautiful, and it's unique. Nobody else is going to have this, right? Nobody is going to have this fabric with this stamp. Nobody. Nobody's going to have this fabric and that. I mean, the chances are slim to none. So go forth and create, make beautiful things. I would love for you to share your creations in my Facebook group, and that is linked down below. I would love for you to be an inspiration and be inspired by others. Don't forget to check out my website. I have new stuff on there all the time. Follow me in all the places. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell. And until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Bye.